Hello, my name is Carla Alexander. Welcome to my channel. Today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you what I used to start a skincare business. Now, you can do one simple product. You can do a body butter. I started off just doing body butters, but I said, you know what? I want to be able to give my customers a little bit more variety. So I started making shower gels, sugar scrubs, and body mists. And like I said, I'm going to show you all the equipment you're going to need, the do's and the don'ts. I'm going to give you my quick reviews on the items. And at the end of this video, you'll be able to hit the links in the description below to purchase these items if you should want to start your own skincare business. Now, before I get started, I just want to give you a little bit of a background about who I am. My name is Carla Alexander. I'm 50 years old. I have what's called VMS, which is it's excessive hot flashes and night sweats. Having this condition has pretty much turned my life upside down. So I had to get creative, and I had to get creative pretty fast because I had to resign from my job. Now, this is about a year in the making, and I had to go through a lot of hardships to be able to make enough money just to be able to buy my products. And it was not an easy journey, but I'm thankful that I did it, and I want to be able to share with you what I've learned and what I am learning in hopes to give you a little bit of inspiration, in hopes of giving you some inspiration to get started on your journey, whatever business it is. So that being said, let's get to the video. The first thing you're gonna need is a place to store your products. I purchased this on Temu. It was pocket friendly, it's sturdy, it was easy to put together, and it's easy to take apart so that you'll have a good size space. If you have limited space like me, you can go up because that's what I did. I had to go up. So this is what's called a manual filler. You can buy this brand or other brands on Amazon or wherever you decide to go. But the reason why I love this product, it's because one, it was, like I said, the price was very reasonable. Two, even though it's, heavy, it's still portable, which makes cleaning easier. Three, you get to control how much you put in the bottle simply by pressing this lever down. Let me show you. Right? And then right here, the numbers here are what's used to control the amount of liquid that comes out of this. And it's like, look, this is a little tedious, but it's worth it. It's manual. What are you gonna do, right? Then right here, you have these two nozzles that hold the bottle up in place so you can adjust it accordingly. See? Yeah. Now, this is a hand blender. Purely optional. I actually found that I don't necessarily need it with my spray mists because when you use this to combine all the ingredients and you have it on for too long, what it does is it creates an opaque like color in your mist spray. So what I had to do was I used this only to mix the base ingredients together, and then I poured and I stirred the remaining ingredients, and that's what helped give me the clear look. I'm going to show you. So this is what happens. You see how it's cloudy? This is what happens when you hand blend all the ingredients together. But I found that when I don't hand blend everything together, only the things that need to have a little bit of power to it, and you stir in the rest, you come out with a much clearer color. So that was a lesson on me. Don't get me wrong, everything still smells great. It's just that one looks like it's milky and the other one doesn't. That's about it. But like I said, lesson learned. Next, if you're gonna be doing body butters and sugar scrubs and bath bombs, anything like that, you're gonna need a good mixer. Now, I have two. I have an old KitchenAid, has been with me for forever, but I had to go and I had to buy a new one. Now, they're not as sturdy as the KitchenAid when it does come to liquids. So just FYI, the fragrant oil will discolor your mixer should you get one that looks like this. But overall, it's amazing. At first, I thought it was broken. I was mad. But then I realized that you kind of have to work with it because it has certain speeds that you can't see on the dial. So you hit a speed and, you know, all of a sudden you put yourself in park and don't know how to come out of it. So it took me a little bit, but highly recommend it. It comes with something like this. That is a must-have when you are making your body butters. Trust me, body butter everywhere. Overall, the mixer was cheap, so it was definitely within budget, and it comes with all these nifty little attachments. But my personal favorite is the towel. Yeah, it's the towel. Of course, you're gonna need utensils that are going to be separate from the kitchen utensils, but you're going to need spoons, you're going to need flat plastic spatulas, you're going to need a bunch of different things. But the one thing I promise you will not be able to live without: the Glad press and seal. I watched a lot of videos, and I have in the past filled my bottles up with using a zillion pastry bags. Now, y'all know pastry bags aren't that cheap anymore. So I happened to see a woman use the press and seal to do her whipped body scrub. So I've been using it for my whipped body butter and my whipped body scrub. And let me tell you something. It doesn't matter how many sugar scrubs I make in one setting. I'm only gonna need one. So it's worth the investment to have because it'll save you on the bags. Tons of money. So thank you, whoever thought of that. I appreciate it. Now you have the basics, and these are the things that you can use until you are able to afford, you know, better quality pieces of equipment. I also recommend a hand blender. They're like $15 on Amazon, but don't worry, I'll post it too. So the liquid filling machine is great for toners, serums, anything that's liquid based, like my fragrant mists and my body soaps. All you have to do is pour the ingredients in it, bloop, bloop, you're done, and you are on to the next bottle. Literally, you'll be done in like 5 minutes. It's an amazing machine. You need it. Now you know pretty much what you're gonna need to be able to start creating your skincare products. And you're probably gonna need a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. This is just what I am using right now. This is what I'm comfortable with. It works for me because I'm a small business. But now we need to figure out, all right, what do we do when we have orders? These are the things that you're gonna need. A mailer's weighing scale, but I use it to weigh everything else too. And what you need is, you need one that plugs into the wall, okay? This one does take batteries, but I had to find out the hard way that it was better to have a scale that had something to plug into the wall, because halfway through me weighing some stuff out, the batteries went dead. Yeah, I was pretty upset. Next thing you're gonna want to get a label maker. Okay, this one will be also in the description below because I don't remember the name of it, but I got it. But it works really, really well. I love it. It's so much fun to create your own labels. It's easy to use on your phone, and it takes no time at all. But don't forget the labels, okay? You're also gonna need an inkjet printer. I use an inkjet printer because I wanna be able to print out my own labels. You want an inkjet printer because it will give a better finish to your labels if you want to create labels at home. You know, if you are not in that budget to actually go out and have somebody make the labels for you. So this is a great investment. It's you can get them for less than $70. Just don't forget the ink and don't forget the paper. That's the basics to start off with. I don't know if I'm gonna need anything else right now, but when you're working in a very small space, you know, you get what you can get, and you know, you kind of keep it pushing. Now, let's start talking vendors, okay? Berlin Packing is where I get all of my bottles, jars. They have them in plastic, glass, they have them in different colors, they have them in different sizes. This is a Boston Round, 12 ounce. You know why I know that? Because I looked for something different and I saw this and I was like, oh, this is what I want for my shower gel. Yeah, but this and this together must have been like $1 and change. The jars, okay, 40 4 cents, and maybe this was like 22 cents. They also have jars that come with the top. Now they are a little bit more expensive. So do a little bit of research, look around the website, because I promise you, you can buy each piece separately and it'll come out way cheaper. You know, not throwing shade to Berlin Packing. I'm just saying, you know, it's just a couple more clicks. Y'all can afford to do a couple more. All of my items, everything that I have here on this shelf, I've got from Berlin Packing. They are also the ones who create my labels. Okay. The label making is really, really easy, and they're cheap. They're cheap. I looked around for different label companies, and listen, hands down, they are the cheapest. They are the most reasonable company to work with when you're just starting out in your business. So Berlin Packing, but don't worry, it'll be down in the description below. So now we're talking products, actual products. All right, now there's a lot of wholesale distributors out there in the world. A lot of great companies that make base wholesale products for you to sell. It's up to you to decide what you want to do and how you want to go about it. Now, for me, I happen to personally like making my own sugar scrubs and body butters. It's therapy for me. So where I go is Crafter's Choice. Crafter's Choice has everything hands down. What I love most about this store is their fragrant oils. I've gone through so many different companies to get the same scent. And it took for me to happen to be, by accident, go on their fragrance, saw the scent I was looking for. When it came and I smelled it, I was like, this is dead on what it says right here on the label. Oh my gosh, I'm in love. So what I did after that was I went and bought all my fragrances from there, and they are all spot on. They are amazing. Not only do they last long, not only do you not need a lot of it, but it makes you feel so yummy inside. You know, it's like, it's so sharp. It's like on point. Love it. I go there for my shea butters. I go there for my body butters. I go there for my preservatives. I pretty much go there for all of my basic body butter needs. They also have the melt and pour base. So, I mean, figure out what you want to do. You want to play around with some things, but you don't want to spend a whole lot of money. So these are the tips that I have for you going forward, the do's and the don'ts, okay? When you get excited, calm yourself down. When the products come, don't just make a whole big batch at once because you think you know what you're doing. Just because you may have read the directions a couple of times. Do it in small batches. I know some of you are like, well, why wouldn't you have done it in small batches? Because I was excited. I wasn't thinking. So think. Small batches, okay? When you get ready to start your body butter journey, leave it in for 30 minutes, okay? I don't care what they say. If you want your body butter to come out soft and silky and smooth, light and airy every single time, do not leave it in the freezer but for so long, because when you do that, you mess up, and that will cost you a lot. Trust me, I did it. I left it in for a little bit too long, knowing better, and I had to start my whole batch all over again. Colors. Now, if you're gonna be doing colors in your products, 1, make sure they're skin safe, okay? 2, don't use micas in your liquid. Buy liquid mica dye. Make that mistake. I made that mistake. What happens is, when you use mica in a shower gel instead of the liquid dye, this is what happens. It settles at the bottom. Don't do that. Yeah, I can't sell these. They smell great. They smell amazing. But I can't sell this. Who am I gonna sell this to? No. Look at this. Perfectly uniform color. Beautiful. Don't do that. And last but not least, shipping. Now you have a product. Now you have something to put the product in. Now you know how much the product weighs. So now we got to get it out. So if you're going to be doing body butters and it's the summertime, I don't know how you guys are going to fare in this, to be honest, because this is going to be my first year doing this, but this is what I've been doing since I started. I put my body butter in the freezer for 24 hours before I ship it out. I bought these specially insulated bubble mailers from uline.com. I looked for these specifically for temperature control. It's worth the investment. It wasn't that much money, and I have a lot of them. So sometimes you have to give up fashion for common sense, because I bought a whole bunch of bags. I'm just gonna show you. I bought these off of Temu. I should have known better, but it was pretty. And this is the color of my company. This is the rose gold. This is what I represent for menopause and VMS awareness, rose gold. But getting these and feeling the difference, like, I don't know how much air that these little bubbles have, but it don't feel like a lot. You can feel the insulation in these. The ones when they go pop, 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 pop. Yeah, you be like listening for it. You might get a because there's really not that much air in these. I wish I could. I don't know if you guys could see that. Yeah, you see how thin that is, right? But then when you look at this one, look at that. You can actually see. Like, you hear that? So yeah. So go for common sense, not for fashion. It'll save you money in the long run. Now you have all of this and you're ready to promote your products online. Where do you go? It's like, okay, now I need a website. Well, it is super, super easy to create a website going to Wix.com. You can create a free website. It is not hard to do because I did it. I did like 3 of them. But when you're really ready to invest and you're really, really ready to say, okay, I'm going to do this, Shopify. Shopify is where you want to go. Shopify is where you want to go. Shopify makes everything so much easier. I just learned how to do my shipping labels, and I was so surprised when I looked and I was like, that's almost a $2 difference in shipping. Because when you are a member with Shopify, you get all of the membership perks, I want to say. They have a discount on shipping. Blew my mind. And not even that, but they are affiliated with UPS. So you don't even have to go out of your house to ship your stuff out. You can simply just schedule a pickup from your fingertips, okay? So those are all the tools that I am giving you to get started on your own business. Now, it doesn't have to be skincare. It can be anything in the world that you want it to be. Having the basics, at least the basics, you are on your way to getting where you need to be at. I hope that this video serves you well. I hope that you guys like and subscribe. I hope that you go to my website and support VMS awareness because, like I said, we are out here and we got to be able to make a living too. I'd appreciate the support. If you can believe in it, you can achieve it. It is never too late to recreate who you are. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter what condition you're in. If you have the passion, if you have the will, then you've already made it. Until next video, have a good one. Oh, and don't forget, if you guys have any questions, just leave me a comment and I'll get back to you. Bye.